there, welcome to Open for Business, CEO Style. This is the podcast where we fling open the doors to the world of business, doing it the CEO way. That means we're here for the women who hustle, the dreamers who build, and the leaders who are ready to rewrite the rule book. I'm your host, Toby Ferrel, and I am the owner and CEO of Toby Ferrel and Associates, and I'm here to be your guide, cheerleader, and your business bestie. So grab your coffee, your laptop, or your favorite pair of power sneakers, because in this corner of the internet, we're getting open for business, CEO style. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad that you are here today. And we are going to have some fun. So, I'm going to have some fun, but you all are going to be watching this on replay. Stay to the end because I have some couple good bonuses coming up that will not cost you a single dime. So, welcome to your profit system. Today, you're going to learn some strategies to gain unshakable business direction and stop guessing. It's so important that you have an understanding of where you are and where you want to go and who do you want to go to, right? That is so important. Where do you want to go and who do you want to go to? You have to know these in order to continue to grow your business, to have a successful and profitable business. Without the base of a pyramid, right? You are not going to have a pyramid. So welcome. My name is Toby Ferrel, and I'm a certified entrepreneur and business coach. I have 30 years of business, retail, banking, nonprofit, medical, leadership, and business experience. And I have used the last 30 years to gain a lot of my knowledge that I have in how to run profitable businesses, in operations, efficiency, profit, scaling, pivoting, in addition to all the coursework and online classes and podcasts and books that I continuously read now to stay relevant and to see what the trends are. And I'm constantly doing research. And one of the things that my career has given me is, it's given me a great life personally, but it has actually given me the unique ability to see opportunities for growth in different businesses, whether that's in a sales structure, a marketing structure, or operations, efficiencies. I am well-rounded. I purposely created my career around this. I grew up in an entrepreneur family. I am a third generation entrepreneur in my family, and super excited for that. Yes, I still do work full time. But entrepreneurism is entrepreneurism. The goal for me is to be able to have my own business. I have my own business. Is to have my business support the lifestyle that I want to have without having a full-time paying job outside and working for someone else. So that's me. I'm originally from New Jersey. I'm a huge Disney nerd. If you can spot the hidden Mickey, I say, let me know if you can spot the hidden Mickey somewhere in my logo. Anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and get started here. Our next slide. Your profit system. This is, like I said, it's step one. You're going to gain unshakable business direction, and you're going to have stop guessing, stop the guesswork. You're going to have tools to attract your dream clients with ease. You're going to build the backbone for unshakable business decisions, establish the strategic foundation to propel your revenue forward. Propelling revenue forward hopefully gives you that profit as long as you don't also increase your expenses at the same time. So remember, revenue is different than profit. Okay, so I'm talking about profit. And what we're going to do, we're going to learn. I mean, and this may seem silly to you, but it's the basics. We're going to learn how to create a vision statement. What is a vision statement? What is a mission statement? How do we put one together? And who our ideal client is. Most people call them ICAs. That's the trend word right now. ICA, ideal client avatar. So let's keep going. The very first pillar in our base, right? So our base is made up of a couple of pillars, 3 pillars to be exact. And the first one is vision. You have to know where it is that you want to go. So if you were to imagine your business 3 to 5 years from now, what does it look like? What impact are you having on your clients? What impact are you having in your industry or even the world? So if you figure that your vision statement, and all your thoughts surrounded by the vision is your North Star, okay? It's the North Star. Biblical times, they say, follow the North Star. Campers, follow the North Star. What is your North Star? That is your vision, okay? So let's do a group exercise. I want you to close your eyes. I love visualization. Visualization is great. And yes, we're doing visualization. So I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath in, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Take another deep breath in, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly. Now, I want you to imagine your business 3 to 5 years from now. What does it look like? What impact are you having on your clients, your industry, or even your world? What are you doing in your business? Are you physically working with clients and manufacturers or whatever it is that you do? Are you just running operations? Are you at the beach and your business has a team of people that is running it for you? Is it on autopilot? Side note, don't ever leave it 100% on autopilot. How does it feel to run your business? What kind of freedom or joy and impact are you experiencing? What is the ultimate problem have you solved for your clients? And what legacy are you building? Are you building a legacy to leave to your family, to your children to carry on? Are you building a legacy for others to remember you for what you provided for them? Are you leaving a legacy so that you can build and sell and live out your life a rich person? Does the problem that you solve, is it a high pain point? Are you solving the right problem, right? Don't filter your answers when you think about these things. Now take a moment or two, open up your eyes. Hello, welcome back. Open up your eyes and write down your immediate thoughts and feelings of what you felt. Take a minute or two to do that. Remember, what did it feel like? What impact are you having on your clients, your industry, the world? How did it feel to run your business? What kind of freedom, joy, and impact were you experiencing in your vision from 3 to 5 years from now? What were you physically doing? Where are you physically working? All right. Good job. Good job. Now, think of a company like Patagonia. Patagonia is very conscious about the earth and the, what are the words I'm looking for? about the environment, right? They're very pro environment. They're environment friendly. So their vision is to save our home planet. Every product, every campaign aligns with that. Everything Patagonia does follows their North Star. Their North Star is to save the home planet. End of story. Whatever product they make, from down to selecting the manufacturer, who is making these products? Where are they being made? Is it a country that is protecting child labor? Is it a country that is protecting the environment? Is it a company that is doing that in a country that also believes that? So they are very, 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 very on point with every decision they make for their vision. They're not guessing, okay? They know what they want in 3 to 5 years. They want a healthy earth, right? An environmental friendly earth, right? No global warming, no, green gases or whatever environmentalists talk about, okay? But they run every decision through their vision, through their North Star. That is where we want you to be, okay? So when you are finished with this class, you're going to sit down and you're going to create your vision as to what it is that you want to be in 3 to 5 years. What does your business want to be? What do you want to be known for? Okay? It's not how you do it. It's where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing, right? And it's not necessarily about the products or services you sell, right? So earth conservation and environmentally friendly are not products or services that Patagonia sells. They sell outdoor gear, outerwear, equipment. But what does their products and services have to do with their vision? Everything, because they don't make it if it doesn't match their vision. So I hope that you're getting this. If not, please feel free to email me or stay to the end for a very special bonus. Now we're going to go on to pillar number 2, which is the mission. So if the vision is the North Star, think of the mission as the vehicle to get you to follow the vision, to follow the North Star, okay? This is what you do and who you do it for, okay? Think about your core service or product, all right? Let's try a simple fill in the blank. Here's how you write a mission statement. We help, and you insert your ideal client, to specific desired outcome by your unique approach and method, okay? So example, here's an example. It's not a bad one, but it's not a great one either. And I did this for a purpose. So the example is, we help overwhelmed small business owners to streamline their operations by providing done-for-you systems. Okay, so if we put it against the fill in the blank, we help their ideal client overwhelmed small business owners. Okay, we get that. 2, okay, the specific desired outcome, to streamline their operations. Okay, I get that too. By their approach or method, by providing done-for-you systems. Okay, so what would be your statement? What would be your basic statement? Then I want you to go, we're going to go a little bit deeper, okay? What problem do you specifically solve, okay? And what makes your approach different? So if I were to look at the example, now don't cheat by looking at the bottom example, okay? We help overwhelmed small business owners. Okay, overwhelmed small business owners, I get that. But what are they overwhelmed about? Are they overwhelmed about sales, operations, marketing, and HR, growth? What are they overwhelmed about? Because not every feeling is a problem for them, or their solution doesn't fix that feeling, that problem that they have, right? So it could go deeper. It could get a little bit narrower. Um, they streamline, their solution is to streamline their operations. What operations? Are you talking about factory operations and maybe working on a line and how to streamline your production? Are they talking about operations for a retail and how to get the customer to from your website to the shopping cart if it's an online purchase? Is it operationally your operational manual and making that streamlined for your office employees? I mean, exactly what kind of operations are we talking about? Okay. And then done for you systems. I get that too. I do. But really, what is done for you systems? Are you going to hand me a plan and say, here you go, here's your plan? That's great. That's the role of a consultant. Now, this is just an example. It's not about my business. Um, and so, is it a consultant or is it a coach? A coach is not going to just give you a plan. A coach is going to also help you and show you how to execute that plan and keep you on task and keep you accountable for making sure that you are taking action on that plan. So you see how we can go deeper. You see how we can go deeper with the mission statement, okay? So that it's clear to anybody and everybody, including you. Most importantly, including you. And that's why this leads into our next segment, which is our third and final tier, which is finding your ideal client. But first, let's go over the deeper example. We empower creative professionals. Aha, now I understand. To build profitable online courses. Aha, that is operational. How to build an online course. You have to have an operation. You have to have a system on how to build out a course through hands-on coaching and community support. Well, that makes all the difference to me, right? That makes all the difference. Now I understand who they're targeting, who their client is, for the most part, in the mission statement, what problem are they solving, and how they solve it. Now I understand. See, so take your basic, we help overwhelmed small business owners to streamline their operations by providing done for you systems, take it deeper, fine tune it, and you end up with we empower creative professionals to build profitable online courses through hands-on coaching and community support. Hallelujah, right? That is a great mission statement. I understand if I'm on a website, if I'm on your website and I want to know about your company and you don't have a mission statement or a vision, I don't really know what you do. And I have to read through a bunch of gobbledygook, nonsensical AI written text that nobody ever reads. Nobody reads your website. They want to have a clear picture of what you do, who you help, and how you can help them. I would see that and I would be like, well, I'm a creative. I'm going to contact them. Or no, I'm a retailer. I don't need an online course. So this is not the right business coach for me, right? Simple, very simple. Now I understand. If I read the first example, I'd be like, well, as a retailer, maybe they can help me. And then I waste my time and I waste their time. And, if I can get on and get moving quicker, great, fantastic. So talking about getting on and getting moving quicker, let's go to tier 3. So tier 3 is your pinpoint. You're going to pinpoint your ideal client, who you serve, and how to find them. Why does this matter? Oh my goodness. This matters so much. Now, if you sell a product, and let's say it's a personal care product of any kind, and someone asks you, well, who's your client? And you said anybody who does personal care. Please stop. That is not true. That is not true. You need to know who your client is that will purchase the type of self-care product or service that you are selling. Listen, if you sell microdermabrasion, I don't want microdermabrasion, but I do like self-care. But I'm not going to go to microdermabrasion. I am not your client. Don't try to sell to me, right? Don't try to market to me. So you cannot say that everybody, because what happens when we try to please everybody? You end up pleasing nobody, right? Including yourself. So that's important, right? So by understanding who your client is, you can now create effortless marketing and sales strategies, right? You can have higher conversions and profit in your sales conversations. People are going to be more apt to, you can close the deal much more efficiently and more often when you're having the right conversation with the right people, right? And of course, because you understand them, because you're going to build an entire profile about them, you are going to then be able to provide that much more exceptional service, which will then lead to more referrals. So when we talk about building an entire profile, I'm not just talking about age, possibly race, maybe not. I don't know. Depends on what you sell, what who that's for. But the the sex of the person, male or female. Where do they live? How much money do they make? What's their spending? I'm not talking about that. That is bare minimum basics. Bare minimum basics. That doesn't even like, if we had our pillar 1 of our vision and we had pillar 2 of our mission and we had pillar 3 of our ideal client, it doesn't even build the pillar, right? It's like the dirt floor of what we need to learn, okay? We need to understand, where do these people hang out? Are they on Facebook? Social media wise, where do they hang out? Where personally, physically, where do they hang out? Right? Gyms, at supermarkets. I mean, not that anybody's hanging out at supermarkets, but listen, my life consists of going to the supermarket and going to work. That's where I hang out, the supermarket and going to work. I mean, and I go to temple on Friday nights, which I love dearly. So, I mean, you have to understand what makes them tick. What makes them go from, I don't know if I want that purchase, to, oh my God, why didn't I know this about this yesterday? Sign me up, right? How do you learn what your ideal client, how do they think? You have to know all these things. You have to do your research. You can't just sit in your room and say, well, I think I'm my ideal client, so everything I think and know is what goes in here. You can't do that either. You can't do that either. There's only one of you, right? So you want to be able to build an entire profile, right? And let's do another exercise. Write down, so we already kind of talked about, I kind of pre-explained what we're going to look for here. But let's go deeper than just the age and income, right? What are the biggest frustrations that your clients have? Okay. What is the biggest frustration when it comes to your products and services? And what is the biggest frustration that your products and services can solve for your clients? All right, because people buy solutions. They don't buy products and services. They buy solutions. What is the tangible result that I am going to get? Right? What is that tangible result? All right. So if I sell a service, I am going to get my home looked after, and I'm going to have peace of mind to know that when I'm not there, my home is being looked after if I run a home watch company, right? Or if I have a retail store, whether that be online or for clothing, I know that, and it depends on what kind of retail store. Are you high fashion? Are you basics? Are you comfort? Are you based on price? I mean, are you following the highest fashion trends? What problem do you solve? Obviously, the problem of people need clothes, yes, but is that a high enough pain point for someone to buy your clothes? No, it's not. It's not. So you have to do your research. You have to do your research. So, what are their secret hopes and dreams? And it has nothing to do with your product, maybe. It's just, what do they wish for? What do they want? What do they want in their life? Because if you can get to know them personally on a personal level and understand their mindset, you have a better opportunity of providing that exceptional level of service, hence getting referrals, right? What keeps them up at night? What keeps them up at night? So, a day in the life, okay? So, imagine a day in the life of your ideal client. What are they doing? What are they consuming? What are they complaining about? You want to be able to answer all of those things. Write some notes down now. Take a few minutes, write it down, see if you know what you think. It would be great to see what you think. Go out and do your research and then look at your notes and see how right or how off you were. Okay? Notice I didn't say wrong. I said off. Okay? Where do they hang out? Where do they get their information? What social platforms are they on? What communities are they part of? Right? So if you sell solutions that help women with feeling empowered, right? Maybe you're an empowerment coach, or you offer products and services both, right? To have them feel empowered and enjoy self-care. Where are they hanging out? What groups are they probably members of on Facebook? Research that. We're going to talk about that. I'm getting ahead of myself. But I hope this gives you some ideas to get started, and you can see how big of a project this is and why it matters. All right, so now let's talk about how to research your ideal client. Okay. Direct conversations, have interviews. Okay, don't sell, just listen and learn. Offer value for their time, right? This is something for you to do. Talk to your customers. Offer for them to take a survey monkey or put a poll out there. Hey, what blank, 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 right? Online communities. When you go into an online community where your customers are hanging out, your ideal customers, what is the commonality? What is the topics that they're talking about? What are the questions being asked? Pay attention to the language they use. Now, this is gold for your marketing copy, okay? Because I sat on a webinar earlier today, and it was about lead generation. And I know lead generation, I'm old school. I know it as a pipeline, okay? The person that was conducting the presentation called it a funnel. And I was like, well, that's not a funnel. A funnel is what steps once I get them in. right? And then I can set up automations if I want. To me, that's what a funnel is. But she's using the word funnel as the word pipeline that I understand. So funnel has two meanings, right? In this environment. And I was a little lost. But she did a great job because she was able to say, let me explain my terminology. But at the same time, which she explained the terminology because she paid attention to the language and she understood that some people call it a funnel and some people call it a pipeline, but she calls it a funnel, which is great. That's her business. She can. And because she explained it to me and to everybody else on the call, that was great. She came to where we are at, right? So pay attention to the language, right? Um, and then also pay attention to what their questions are. What is constantly being asked about? What is constantly somebody complaining about in these groups? Scroll through them, right? You can scroll through the group, the comments, the replies, see what people are talking about. If they're putting it on Facebook, it's important to them. Okay. Now, competitor analysis. This is so huge. You have to be able to do this and you have to do it ethically, okay? Because there's nothing in business if you're not going to be ethical, all right? And this isn't about copying, it's about understanding the market and finding your unique angle. You have to understand and try to figure out who has the market share of the product and service that you are offering. What is the market share ratio? That might be a little challenging. You may not get that for free. You may have to pay for that. And of course, market share really comes down to corporations more so than LLCs. As corporations who have stocks, investors, they have to report their market share. But at least you can kind of find what your competitors are doing. What are they promoting? What are they selling? If you sell sprockets in 3 different sizes, but the person with the company with the highest market share is only selling sprockets in 2 sizes, you have to ask yourself why. Is it a missed opportunity from the market share company? Or is it a wasted opportunity on your end to sell that third size that's not needed? Maybe that third size is only used in Europe and you only sell in the United States, just like this company is. So why would you go through making things for Europe if that's not your ideal client? No, you want to make things for Europe and make them your ideal client? Great. You can have a couple different ideal clients for each product and service that you offer. Absolutely. I wouldn't make one ideal client for every single product, blue shirts versus red shirts. No. But, within a category, you can have different ideal clients, especially if you're in skincare. Skincare for the aged, skincare for the youth, teens, acne, skincare for the 20-something, the millennials. All of those have different ideal clients. You can have ideal clients for all of those, but just know that marketing to all is marketing to none, right? Google and keyword searches. You can do these, right? And understanding what their search intent helps you create content that they will actually find. So you could search Google to say, what do creative business owners who are creatives in the digital age, what are they Googling the most in the state of Florida? Google knows your profile. Most of us are logged into Google. They know who we are and they remember our search. It'll show you some answers, right? And of course, surveys. This goes with direct conversations. I really like the direct conversation more because that's really making a meaningful impact. It's also reaching out to your clients and potential clients to show that you care enough about your business to get their feedback. And you're making another contact with them. It used to take 7 to 12 contacts for them to convert. Now it takes like 30 to 40 contacts. That's a high number, but remember, social media is included in that, where we didn't have that years ago. But if you're going to do a survey, you can use Google Forms, MailChimp, any of the, or SurveyMonkey, whatever of these, whatever you have to do a survey. But keep it concise to encourage and encourage completion. You don't want it 10 minutes. You want it like 2 or 3 minutes, a couple of questions, and move on. And it could be anything about learning more about them, right? It could be about any of that. So here's an example. Instead of thinking about small business owners as your ideal client, okay, we want to get to this point, okay? We want to give her a name, give him a name, give them a name, okay? So in this example, I gave her a name of Sarah. So Sarah is a burnt out solo service provider trying to scale beyond her one-to-one capacity without hiring a team, who scrolls Instagram at midnight looking for automation hacks and dreams of a 4-day work week. Pretty good, right? That gives me, I did a lot of research to come out to that, right? I now understand Sarah's pain point, where she hangs out, what she's looking for, what she does, and what she wants. Right? And nowhere in there is the demographic of age, because it's a business. I don't need to worry about age. I still put an age there because, again, if Sarah was 18 and I'm a coach and I'm looking to hire people, that's not my target demographic for a few different reasons. But in any case, for the most part, this is a great example of an ICA, ideal client avatar. I say even imagine her, because if you can imagine, I love visualizations. Okay. If your visualization is the North Star for your vision and nothing gets past the North Star, if it's over here and it doesn't connect to the North Star because over here does not, you're going this way toward the North Star, not this way over to your friend's event, and has nothing to do with your business, and you're going to get nothing but only support of your friend. You need to run that through the North Star. If it's going to cost you a $5,000 sponsorship when you don't have $5,000, or if it's going to cost you going over here or over here where the North Star is to an opportunity where you can make some money versus, you know what, I can't make your event, but let me make a donation to your event, right? So you have to see how this North Star thinking comes into play. Now, if you know that you have the North Star, now you have to visualize the vehicle. Mine, you know what it is. Here's what I want you to do. If you think you know what my vehicle is in my vision, like I'm thinking of a physical vehicle, boop, 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 that I'm driving down the road, boop, 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 to my vision, what is my car? I want you to reply to the email with the link to this replay, and I want you to tell me what you think my car is. And I want you to do it. Okay. So another thing about research is that I know I live in Lee County, Florida, and the Lee County library system, as long as you have a free library card, you have free online access. And the Lee County library system is pro-business and has a bunch of research tools to research local demographics for anybody you're looking for, any type of person that you're looking for. It can give you market share most of the time. Listen, if you say, well, I cut grass with scissors, they're probably not going to have anything for you because nobody cuts grass with scissors. And I would tell you, stop cutting grass with scissors. Okay. Use a lawnmower. But in any case, so look at your library system, see what kind of resource. They also have resource officers, resource personnel that you can make an appointment for free and go in and and have your appointment, and they will help you conduct the research for the answers that you need on who your ideal client is. I mean, they can research anything. You want to understand if your pricing model is correct? Research the price. You can research anything that's related to business. It is the most wonderful tool in the world. Okay. I am the most wonderful tool, not a bad tool, but a business coach tool in the world. Okay. So you know me. Listen, you're watching this on replay. You absolutely know me. Okay. So moving on. I talked earlier about the pyramid, right? You cannot have a pyramid without having a solid foundation. Okay, solid foundation. Step one is building the foundation. The vision, the mission, the ideal client avatar. Give them a name, make them a cartoon character. Oh, that's where I was going. I got sidetracked. See, I get sidetracked. Okay, so we know the North Star, it's a star in the sky. We know that that's our mission. We've picked our favorite vehicle to be the traveler on how we're going to follow the North Star. And we know who we're going to, because in the distance, as we're traveling, that person gets closer and closer and closer. And in that one example was Sarah. Now, I didn't go into the slide here and tell you that Sarah has blonde hair, is 200 pounds, and is 5'3". I didn't tell you that. But now you have a visual of what Sarah looks like. Sarah's not real. Sarah's your ideal client. Okay? Make her listen with AI. Put into AI. Here's my ideal client. Build me an avatar. And now you have an image. Okay? Because I love visualization. I am a visual person. I have zero reading comprehension. Okay, I have to see things in action for me to understand them. And trust me, when I take on my schoolings and my classes, it takes me a few times because I have to understand and visualize it. And I visualize it in my brain most of the time because most of the time I'm doing it while I'm driving. And then I go, how did I end up here? Which is not safe. So stop doing that too, Toby. Stop. Okay, we're not going to do that anymore. Okay, so this is step one of your complete profit system. Now, this profit system is, I built this. This is my profit system. Last year was the first year I actually had a profitable business. Holy hallelujah. It wasn't much, but I had profit, and that excited me. And I documented my journey in how I did it because I knew that I wanted to be able to share this with everybody. And then, of course, bonus time. I love bonus. You're getting a bonus. You're getting a bonus. You're getting a bonus. And you're getting a bonus. All right. So I'm going to send you a survey. It'll be on Wednesday. No, not Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. So it'll be in a couple of days. And I will send you a survey about who your ideal client is, what your vision is, and what your mission statement is. So basically, what I want you to do is submit to me the answers that you wrote down. Whatever you wrote down, send it to me. Okay? Fill it out. It's going to be a Google Doc form. Okay? Fill it out. Return. It'll automatically send. It should send back to me. Okay? For everybody who does that in a 24-hour period, okay, you have 24 hours to fill it out from when I send it, you will be invited to the follow-up class that no one else will be known about. And we will personalize your vision, mission, and ideal client. We will fine-tune it. And you know what? For free, zero, okay? It's my gift to you because I thrive. I love helping women in business succeed, right? I love seeing the light bulbs go off. I love seeing the Yahoo moments, the win moments. I love that. And if I can have just the smallest part in that success for someone or give them that warms my heart. I love it. That's what I love to do. That's why I've been an ABWA member for 20 plus years. Well, 20 years. I just hit 20 years in May. But now we're on the plus side of that. But that's why I started my coaching business. That's why I go to women's networking groups. because I love seeing women succeed, whether it's personally and professionally. But my skill set is more professionally. Okay. So get out there, be fabulous as you always are, and just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Danke Shane. Danke Shane. Yeah, all right. It's Danke Shane. So, anyway, I just want to say thank you very much. Thank you for, it's a very casual day today because why not, right? I am my authentic self, and this is who I am. No makeup, no lipstick, no pink clothes. I am wearing Disney though. I made it myself though. What do you think? Look at that. I made it myself. And hair is in a clip. This is it. This is who I am. Love me or go away. Because everybody has an opportunity. And if they want to go away, I say, let them. No hard feelings. I am not for everybody. But I just want to say that I love you all, and I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day. And that's a wrap for another episode of Open for Business CEO Style. We hope you've been inspired, motivated, and ready to conquer the business world. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity, and every dream is a business waiting to happen. If you love this episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode packed with business brilliance. And while you're at it, give us a like, a share, and leave a comment. Your support means the world to me. Join my community of CEOs on Facebook, and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep hustling, keep shining, and remember, you got this, girlfriend.